Hey, so welcome. In this project here, I was hired to just create a elevator that works replicated, and you have a start location and end location. I made like this to be easy to make the edits as a level designer because this elevator is not to use on the whole level and for much functionality or something like this. So I made this simple because it's a level start and level end, so that don't make much difference. Um, and you will open the door, and when you're inside, you need to touch the pad, and when you touch the pad, then you will be on your location. And this on a replication game, so if I play here with two characters and on the multiplayer, we can we can have this. And so since I don't have the project for this purpose, I made this on a third person example since he's using stuff on a first person, so I made like this, so it would just look like I'm not the first person, but this is a third person character. So I get closer to the door, I press the button to interact, and then once I am inside, I touch the pad, and then the elevator will work, open the doors when it arrives the objective, and then I'm free to go. And this was the call. This was what I was hired to do. You just touch it and you do this. And when I finished this, I gave it to who hired me to do this simple task. It's pretty simple. And then he wanted some stuff different. So I came here and he gave me his project to help him with this task because he had some issues on trying to implement the code. And it was just few blueprints. If you come to check, it's just a elevator, and this is my elevator, and then a pad, elevator pad. That is a object. This is all. This is all he needed to do this. So I came here, used his mesh, and then when you touch, you go to the final destination. Same results, same stuff. But then he wanted something more. So what he wanted in the end was when all the players is inside of the elevator, the elevator door will automatically close the doors, and then people could use the pad instead of, and then before it nobody can use the pad, and the doors will remain open. And then I did it. Then in the final he wanted when you look to the pad, you can see a pad message. And when you look to this pad, it should show you press the key you want to interact. And then I did more than this. So the final project I had before all this sending and getting back, sending and getting back more informations, I finally made in the process, not at the end. But when he asked to show the buttons there, I have made this. So this is the box because I made something that is you can use anywhere. And you can see the traces here. It will look for the object. And this just work when you are next to the object. So this is good performance thing. So I'm close to the object that is interactable, let's say. And then I will start looking for it. And once I look to the object, then it will display on my HUD like this is a box, press E to interact with. And this is another box, press E to interact with it. So I made something that you can use on any object. So he would be able to use this not only with the pad, but on any object. And also, when I was helping him to implement this on his project, I saw that what I made was not too good to testing purposes. So he was placing this on his level and he didn't know where this endpoint would be. So he didn't ask it, but I did for him like a debug for the endpoint so he can see where the endpoint is when he's doing this implementation and his level design thing. I have made this for him, and then we had a thing like we had the elevator there, but um, he wanted also the elevator to go to the end position when the game starts. So this is what I did. I have this button here. You can active this, and the elevator would go the endpoint location when the game starts and everyone is ready. And this would start as coming because this is a elevator for multiple purposes, so he can just place it there and add it to the purpose when he have it. And the final results we have with this is I'm on the level, I'm here, then I can just interact with the door should open, and when everyone is inside, I'm on the first person character here, so it can be any character because of the way I did. And then when you are inside, the doors would close, and since I'm next to a interactable object, the traces is active, so I can interact with the pad. So you see it's the elevator pad. Then I press the interaction button, then the interactions happen, the elevator starts moving, and then I'm there and the doors open. Then if I am with two characters here, it's on the one, okay, let's play on client. Okay, so I'm there, I open the door, I am inside, the door don't close because not everyone in this level is there. This is not hard coded, this is something I'm getting from the player's state. So then I enter. Once I enter, I get inside of the elevator, so I'm inside of it. And then we can interact with the pad. And once we interact with the pad, we can start the elevator, and both of us are on the same location, and everything it's done. Another thing here I did was when he asked me on the end, but was not a task because he had some issues with the doors. So if you have a door, I have really hardcore because I was not planning to do like this, but then depending on the which way the door was, the interaction with the door was not okay. But then I made this right, and then he was scaling the object, then we had different results. So even now, if we scale the object, the result will be the same. The door will work as the same because of the changes I did. And yeah, this is what I did. It was just a task, easy thing, but it was incremented with time and being different with time as well. But I have made all the requests is done in the end, and that's it. Thank you. See ya.